sexy. I wanna be hot. Fix me, make me beautiful. I wanna be perfect.
Hello! Oh, I get a hug.
How are you?
Great. I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
So let me introduce you. This is Ruth, our medical micropigmentation specialist.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
All right, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Dr. Dubrow and I said, hey, we need someone like you. Last week when I saw Kelly's nose, she was doing really well. There's a little bit of swelling. She's got a long way to go in regards to the healing, but I'm very happy with it. But there's one last piece of the puzzle. That's taking care of Kelly's forehead scar. So does this feel like a regular tattoo? Like when you go to a
really.
tattoo store?
No, usually on the face, we don't use any tattoo machine because you go all the way to the epidermis.
So it's like it's tattooed,
Yeah.
but it's just not put in as deep. So
Yeah, it's like microneedling.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Got it.
It's just with, instead of hyaluronic acid, we're putting ink.
If I had known that you could cover up a medical scar with tattooing, I probably would have done it by now. But I had no idea. So I am over the moon to know that there's such a thing. Let's do it.
Oh, okay, that hurts. It feels like you're taking a rag and spinning it really fast like a car wash. And it's doing like that.
Well, the pain from today is definitely worth it because in the end, this is going to be done with and gone and no more tattoo concealer.
And how does she treat it now? Does she leave it alone?
The best way is oxygen and AMD.
Well, no, because I like KY jelly. I just said KY jelly. I mean, not KY, oh my God. I like, okay. All right, let's take the personal stuff out of there. I like Aquaphor.
Aquaphor. It's very
Oh my
similar to Aquaphor.
KY jelly. The last I checked, that wasn't for your forehead.
You ready?
I'm ready. Wow.
Even with the little red microneedling holes with the blood,
Yeah.
it already looks better.
Yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I thought, ooh, it's gonna be colored and it's gonna be, I can't hardly see it anymore, but it wasn't quite that. It's kind of bloody. But I know in the end it's gonna be fantastic.
Great
Thank you
job.
so much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Before my surgery, I made the decision to try to cure my own cancer. In the process, I ended up losing the entire tip of my nose. And then after multiple reconstructive surgeries, I was left with a bulbous and a pointy nose. But now, having made the decision to have the full reconstructive surgery, I do feel like it was the best decision I could have made. And I feel like I do trust myself again. I think this is as good and as close to a Matt Damon nose as I could have asked for. I mean, look at this profile. Do you see that? Come on.
All right, guys, let's party. Let's have a good time. Woo! Marshmallows.
My name is Kelly, and after removing my own skin cancer, I am left with a bulbous, pointy, and red nose. I grew up in a military family, so we moved around. I went from Louisiana, Texas, Florida, Italy, and back to Florida. Back then, you know, there was no internet, there was no iPhone, so kids did what kids do, you know, you play outside. I wish I would have used more protection. Early 2013, I was diagnosed with basal cell skin cancer. Right on the tip of my nose, right in the middle. They wanted to do a Mohs surgery, so I did probably what most people do. I went online, and I about flat freaked out. The photos that came up from Mohs surgery scared the crap out of me because of how deep the doctors would have to go, take some of the cancer out. The repair involves taking a flap of skin from your forehead, keeping it attached, flipping it over, and sticking it on the end of your nose. It looked like there was a penis on the end of this person's nose. Now you look like an absolute freak. I decided to see if there was an alternative to Mohs surgery, and it was called black salve. Black salve is a homeopathic treatment for curing cancers. I think the two main ingredients being bloodroot and zinc. So the black salve comes in the mail, and I'm like, yeehaw, here we go. You know, I'm gonna get this taken care of, and you're only supposed to use a really tiny amount, but instead I did the whole tip of my nose. Then I also put some on my forehead as well, because I figured I had a spot up there too. Next morning I wake up and I can feel my face is very swollen, and it got black. It had gone all the way down through into the nasal passages, took the entire tip. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. And nobody wants to be walking around without a nose or looking any other abnormal way. And I did it to myself. You're trying to do the right thing, and you're trying to do something that you truly believe is going to work for you, and it backfires that badly. It's embarrassing. You know, you're gonna need plastic surgery now. You're gonna need to have a total reconstruction done. So my mom and I flew to Chicago and met with the doctor, and that plan turned out to be exactly what I was trying to avoid the whole time, the forehead flap surgery. So he had to take cartilage from behind my ear, rib cartilage, reconstruct a framework, then take this skin from my forehead, attach it to the end of the newly formed nose. About a month later, I had a second surgery where he disconnected the flap. Now that it's all fully healed, I still have the forehead scar, and my nose, it doesn't exactly look the way I was hoping. It's very pointy, and there is a dip. It's also pretty bulbous, and I still can't breathe well out of my left nostril.
What do you want to end up with?
As far as looks, Matt Damon.
What?
That is
perfect.
It's perfect.
You want
perfect. I love Matt Damon's nose because it's the perfect proportions, just like my dog's eyes to nose ratio. They're so cute. They're perfect.
It's a man's nose, okay?
I don't know. It'd look good on a girl, probably.
No.
I don't know. Whatever. When I see Dr. Nassif and Dr. Dubrow, I hope they can bring my face back to normalcy for me. Give me a functional, nice nose. To surgery.
Can you turn your head that way?
What?
Turn your head that way.
No.
Just do it.
No.
I see the little cute bruise over here.
Go away.
Let me see.
What
Let me see
bruise?
the other side. Dude. Wow, you got a little filling going on, baby.
Maybe.
So we got some new cheeks.
Paul's always teasing me about not having a butt or butt projection, so finally I got some cheeks that I don't mind him touching.
So Kelly had basal cell carcinoma.
Where?
Of her nose.
Summer nose.
And let's take a look at these photos.
Wow, that is a flap.
Deformed nose, huge subunit of the whole tip was taken down. Can you please send in Kelly?
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Kelly.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Dr. Nassif.
Nice to meet you.
Hi, Kel, I'm Terry Dubrow. All right, nice to meet you.
My biggest regret with the black salve was overdoing it. Fact is, I did do way too much, and I feel like an idiot for doing that.
Where'd you come in from? Where do you live?
I live in an RV full-time.
Really?
Yes.
By choice or?
Totally, yes, by choice.
Where is the RV usually?
Wherever I am.
So you just pull over somewhere and just kind of set up camp and stay there?
Yeah.
I love RV trips. Dubrow, never. Driving for 4 or 5 hours straight, he would go absolutely nuts, I think. The first question, before we get into
What the
this
heck
is to-
happened?
Yeah.
Okay, it all started because I had a little bleeding spot on my nose. I went to a dermatologist, and they looked at it, said, yes, it's basal cell. We just need to remove it with a Mohs surgery.
Yeah.
So that's very intimidating. It was really scary. So I said, I wonder if there are any alternatives. So I started looking that up. One of them was called black salve.
Black salve.
I thought, I'm gonna get it all. If there's extra there, I'm gonna get it.
The more is better theory.
Yeah, I didn't follow directions.
It's kind of like rubbed it all on my cream.
Yep, I went to bed and wake up the next morning, and I mean, already my face had started to swell. Then after a few days, it starts to turn dark.
Yeah.
Then this sunk in.
Oh.
At that point, you're going,
Uh-oh.
oh,
Crap.
crap.
Some homeopathic medicines work when the instructions are followed, but I always recommend seeing a medical professional.
When I saw her, I was devastated. Then we started looking for someone who could restore her nose.
I had to have the forehead flap surgery.
So what's happening? Why are you here?
I think it looks funny, the profile, there's a dip here, and I think that makes the tip look even pointier. And then I can't breathe well through my left side. It's really narrow.
So, what made you...
Do the RVing.
Yeah, I feel there's a connection between the two, yes?
So I had the surgeries, and it was all done with, and, you know, at some point it was like, okay, I have nothing holding me back, so let's just do this. And I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
If we were talking about you behind your back, we'd say it sounds like she's escaping, running away.
I think it probably looks like that.
I think that this has been a terrifying event in Kelly's life. She's playing it off like it's no big deal, but I don't believe that. I think it's adversely affected her, and I don't know if she's really accepted it yet. Let's go in the exam room and let's take a peek at everything.
Okay, sounds good.
Let's do that.
Emotionally living with one breast, I sort of feel like half a person. Part of me's missing.
I want you to be 100% sure what you want to do.
I question my own judgment now.
I don't blame you.
I wanna be perfect.
Just sit up a little bit this way. Turn your head this way. Look at that. Look at that incision.
Yeah, really good.
And then that's where the top of the flap was. So we got some good news and bad news.
Okay.
When we look at you, we see something bulky.
Yeah.
It's a thick flap.
Yep.
The good news about that part is that's stuff that we can hopefully play with.
Okay.
But I think what I have to do is I have to remove everything. Kind of deconstruct everything and try to rebuild it, and that's what I'm really good at, okay?
So big surgery like before.
So it's a big surgery.
Not again. I was thinking this would just be a quick revisional thing, but no, I may have to actually go through massive surgery. Crap.
You know what open rhinoplasty is?
No, I have not researched rhinoplasties.
Don't.
Let's
leave it alone.
Because you might try it yourself.
No.
Yeah, right?
Sit there.
No, he's
Give it a
right.
little- Here's the bad news. When we make an incision here and undrape everything, there's a chance part of the skin dies. And it could be a small little area. It could be the whole thing.
Right.
What is the condition of the flap? What is the condition of that skin? Because if I lift up and I do everything, I make the nose look beautiful, and then the flap dies, I'm screwed. We're screwed. Another alternative is to work on narrowing the middle part of your nose and fix your deviated septum, just straight working on breathing. The chance now, obviously, of killing your skin is diminished.
Yeah.
I want you to be 100% sure what you want to do.
I question my own judgment now.
I don't blame you.
I don't know. Because I'm questioning myself. You know, am I an idiot to say, yeah, let's go for it all?
I mean, I'd like to tackle the whole damn thing.
I'm in.
Dr. Dubrow and I have that opportunity day in, day out to help people. And if we can do that with Kelly, man, that'll make a huge difference in her life. So I hope I can. And maybe this, we also have another idea. Do a little something, something there. You make it look better.
Really?
Yeah, we got some tricks.
Okay, well, that's sounding up to me.
she
I'm getting
loves
excited
that.
now. I'm getting excited.
Great meeting you.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you guys later.
All right.
Great meeting you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you, too.
Thanks for going through it with me.
And that's what I do.
I wanna be perfect.
Miss Kelly.
Hey,
How you doing?
I'm great.
So here's our plan then.
Okay.
Here's kind of, this would be absolutely ideal.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Do I think we can get that? Probably not.
Okay.
So that's like a pie in the sky, but again, that's our goal.
Okay.
The issue here is, how is the forehead flap gonna do? There is a chance of what we call venous compromise, which could kill the flap. If that happens, we're in big trouble. I might start this surgery, then all of a sudden just say I can't do it. Today for Kelly's surgery, I'll begin by opening the nose while my team harvests rib. I'll then deconstruct the nose to start fresh, first performing osteotomies to narrow the nasal bone and a septoplasty to open the airway. Next, we'll use spreader grafts, a septal extension graft, alar replacement grafts, and an infra tip graft to complete the tip reconstruction. This is all rib here, so hold on. Ah! It's like a rock. So far, this is treacherous, trying to dissect off the skin envelope and save the flap off a heck of a lot of rib. On average, it takes me about 6 to 7 minutes to open up a nose. This time, it took me 45 minutes. The skin was stuck down to all that cartilage. I had to be careful that I didn't put any holes in the skin. All right, first part done. We elevated the skin. The second step, Dr. Peng is taking rib, and I'm deconstructing the nose, which means taking all the rib that was put in this nose out. I have no idea what Kelly's natural anatomy is going to look like, because as I keep going down deeper and deeper and deeper, I'm going to remove all that cartilage and see what I have left. Ooh, this one's a big bleeder. This is probably an angular artery. Okay, you ready? Go. Take it. Suction. Ooh, it's in a squirt. Be careful, everybody. So obviously the normal anatomy is gone, which is like a big hole. The cartilage in Kelly's nose is gone. It's like someone ate away at it. It's been eroded. It's disgusting. Okay, did a septoplasty, turbinoplasty, took down a little bit of a hump. Now let's start the reconstruction with spreader grafts, lateral curl strut grafts, and let's see how it looks. I don't think I've ever seen anything eat through skin and cartilage like this black salve. It's just like in the movies when you have this big vat of acid and then you put a body part into it and then it just dissolves, it gets eaten away. That's just like what this is. Great job, great job, great job. This is actually a lot better than I thought it was gonna turn out. In other words, this matches our computer morphing.
Hello! Oh, I get a hug.
How are you?
Great. I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
So let me introduce you. This is Ruth, our medical micropigmentation specialist.
Hi, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Hi.
All right, we were talking about this.
Yeah.
Dr. Dubrow and I said, hey, we need someone like you. Last week when I saw Kelly's nose, she was doing really well. There's a little bit of swelling. She's got a long way to go in regards to the healing, but I'm very happy with it. But there's one last piece of the puzzle. That's taking care of Kelly's forehead scar. So does this feel like a regular tattoo? Like when you go to a tattoo store? And
No, usually on the face, we don't use any tattoo machine because it go all the way to the epidermis.
So it's like it's tattooed, but it's just not put in as deep. So
Yeah, it's like microneedling.
Yeah.
Same idea.
Okay.
It's just with, instead of hyaluronic acid, we're putting ink.
If I had known that you could cover up a medical scar with tattooing, I probably would have done it by now. But I had no idea. So I am over the moon to know that there's such a thing. Let's do it.
Oh, okay, that hurts. It feels like you're taking a rag and spinning it really fast like a car wash. And it's doing like that.
Well, the pain from today is definitely worth it because in the end, this is going to be done with and gone and no more tattoo concealer.
And how does she treat it now? Does she leave it alone?
The best way is oxygen and AMD.
Well, no, because I like KY jelly. I just said KY jelly. I'm not KY, oh my God. I like, okay. All right, let's take the personal stuff out of there. I like Aquaphor.
Aquaphor. It's very similar to Aquaphor.
KY jelly. The last I checked, that wasn't for your forehead.
You ready?
I'm ready. Wow.
Even with the little red microneedling holes with the blood, it already looks better.
Yes. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. I thought, ooh, it's gonna be colored and it's gonna be, I can't hardly see it anymore, but it wasn't quite that. It's kind of bloody. But I know in the end it's gonna be fantastic.
Great
Thank you
job.
so much. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey! So here we are.
Right.
Exciting!
Exciting stuff.
Oh, I can't wait to see her.
This moment has been 5 years in the making. It's been quite a journey. I look in the mirror now, it's like, it's funny. I have to almost remind myself sometimes that this actually happened. I can just proceed forward with my life now and really kind of close this chapter behind me.
What I want to see when she comes out here is I want to see the Kelly that was before all this happened. Sorry.
I understand.
Yeah.
It's got to be so tough.
It's been a long, long road for Kelly to have good results. It means everything because it'll bring Kelly back to me.
Exactly.
Couldn't be happier with my results. I think my nose looks so uniform. I breathe so much better. It's beautiful. I mean, life is good. You know, Mom, you were there with me through the whole thing, through all the surgeries and everything else. So I just want to say in front of everybody that my mom is fantastic and she's amazing. And no, I don't do that. And thank you so much for being there. Before my surgery, I made the decision to try to cure my own cancer. In the process, I ended up losing the entire tip of my nose. And then after multiple reconstructive surgeries, I was left with a bulbous and a pointy nose. But now, having made the decision to have the full reconstructive surgery, I do feel like it was the best decision I could have made. And I feel like I do trust myself again. I think this is as good and as close to a Matt Damon nose as I could have asked for. I mean, look at this profile. Do you see that? Come on. All right, guys, let's party. Let's have a good time. Marshmallows.
I had 3 silicone removal surgeries. Right now, my butt caves in.
You're lucky to be alive because those injections could have killed you.
It was so dumb. I'm so dumb.
Who does your filler?
A woman from Manchester.
Your house. You ever heard the expression, don't try this at home?
When the bandages finally came off, my nose looked pinched in. Then these bumps started to appear.
For me to make your tip look normal again, I have to make it bigger.
I'm just scared of making the wrong decision.